builders, parents, and collectors. On this episode of the Creation Evaluation Station, I'll be evaluating this. It is Batman Classic TV Series Batmobile. Yes, we're going down nostalgia lane. Really looking forward to putting this together. And before I get into it any further, though, let me just let new viewers know that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, video games, and animation. Now, because these are in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side, although this isn't too big of a set, so it shouldn't be too bad. But make sure you're using the timestamps down here on the red line or in the description to help you jump around to your favorite parts or use as bookmarks to come back to at a later date. I don't mind you skipping over the more boring parts. If you want to just see the review or my final thoughts, you can skip towards the ends. Just like I said, follow those links. So yeah, this thing is going to be fun. Classic Batmobile. I'm looking forward to this. There's the back. Showing some features here. Even got some firing missiles here. I think they're hidden because I don't see them on the main vehicle. So that'll be pretty cool. This is going to be interesting. Got an open trunk, open and closed trunk or something going on there. Yeah, so that's exciting. Anyways, its information. It is set number 76188. It's for ages 7 and up. It has 345 pieces and originally retailed for $29.99. It was released in April of 2021. So, wow, it's April now. That makes it 2 years old. Happy birthday. So yeah, let's crack this baby open, check out this, and have fun driving down memory lane. There we have the contents of the box, and we have one very badly curled up instruction booklet, unfortunately, to fight with that. And the sticker sheet was also warped a bit too, although I got that straightened out a little bit. Unfortunately, the plaque is a sticker. I don't know why they can't just make that a nice printed piece. It's kind of hard getting those big old stickers on perfectly straight, and they're a sticker you want on there. I mean, what do you want a blank plaque for? And unfortunately, I think there's a few other extra stickers on here that more than I wanted to, but anyways, on to the parts. We have bag 1, bag 2, and bag 3. So not too many here. Let's open them up, see what's in each one. There we have the contents of the first bag, and we've got some Technic brackets. And we got this massive saucer, and we have these other kind of car plates. I've not seen them before, but I don't do much with the Speed Champions and some of the other car lines. So they're probably from there, and there's 2 of them. Makes sense. This is a 2-seater. Be interesting. Some more Technic bricks. Definitely colorful. Some odd colors like the orange. A little bit out of place. And even there seems to be more red than supposed to be. Than there should be. We also have the plaque piece here. Quite a few of these boat bottom parts. Not sure what you want to call them. Those looks like those go around the hubs for the wheels. Batman is in here. Some other smaller parts. We have a lot of these shield pieces. I'm kind of curious where they all go. I didn't notice them on the the set when it's completed. But yeah, that's a little bit interesting. That's it. Oh, and there's the cape piece there for Batman, probably in that box there. Here we have bag 2. We've got a couple of larger plates in here, including one really long red one, an odd looking blue one, bunch of hinge parts, reverse slopes, bunch of other different plates of different shapes and sizes and angles. Including this weird gray one. Studs on side pieces. Some more weird colors. Got red phone and some transparent red little, well, I don't know what you call it, half rounds. Half rounds. Yeah, we'll call them half rounds. Bunch of other smaller pieces in black. Of course, it's Batman. You've got to have black, primary color. Alright, one more to go. We have a third and final bag here. We definitely have some interesting parts, like these clear, specialized rounded slopes, probably used for the windows of the car. And we also got wheels and tires, of course. We got this weird looking bracket here. Some stud shooters. An armor piece, which I was surprised to see that in here. A lot of small plates here. The Jokers here. We also have transparent white or transparent clear cheese slopes, transparent clear dots, transparent red cone, probably a siren. We have tons of these studs. They're probably for the stud shooter, although I don't think we need that many, so they're probably used for something else as well. Then we have these printed dots here. These are kind of cool. I wonder what they're all used for. I'm guessing we'll probably have at least one double. They usually do that with the dots. Yeah, that's it. Let's go finish this. Here we have our leftover pieces, and not really much amazing here. We have a good amount of little parts. We do have an extra printed hubcap piece with the bat symbol on it. And we have this this is an odd piece to have left over. Something this large. I don't think I made a mistake. I went over the instructions a couple of times trying to find it. Then we have a couple transparent pieces here, both clear and transparent red. Cheese slope, a dot, and a half circle, whatever you want to call those. But that's it. Here are two figures from this set. We got some great stuff here. It's definitely a classic looking Joker there with his suit, pinstripes there. Face is very well done. Batman's got his classic colors, very much like the classics here, right down to the printing on the mask, which is something you only really saw with that one. We are going to be taking off their accessories so we can see any other prints better. Batman's got a nice cloth cape here. It's very soft in the dark navy blue. Match the rest of the color. So let's strip them down. We've got all their gear off. Not that they had a lot of gear, especially Joker. It's just his hairpiece. But you could see most of his printing on his chest there just fine. Batman looks good, like we see it there. He's got that weird mask eyes up top with his regular face down below because of the way that the headpiece sits on him. And on the back we have second faces for both of them, and you can see Batman's back there got his utility belt and more muscle definition back there. And Joker also has the second face there. Again, a little bit more somber than usual. Much more refer the, traditional happy smiley face. But yeah, these are pretty cool figures. I just wish there was a Joker, or not a Joker. I wish there was a Robin in this set. I think they had a classic Robin come out in one of the collectible minifigure sets. Not sure I even have it. I'll have to look to see if I could find it because it would go well with this set for sure. So we've got everything here put together, and we've already looked at the figures, so I'm going to set Joker aside here, and Batman just a moment. We're just going to pop him out of the cockpit there. It's just a two-seater car go in any side. And we'll attempt to take a closer look at the driver's seat here. Got a nice steering wheel in there. Inside, hopefully you can see it, but there is a bat phone right in there. So you get a call from Commissioner Gordon. It's right there, ready to go. It's kind of funny. This was long before we actually had portable phones. Although I may have had some car phones in some really advanced cars at the time, but I doubt it too much. This was the 60s we're talking about. There's the other side, not much in there. There is supposed to be a sticker here where the control panel was supposed to go. The only sticker I put on was the plaque here, which unfortunately I wish it wasn't a sticker. I think I did a pretty good job of it. It may not be completely straight, but I didn't get any air bubbles in it this time. Those can be the worst when they start to form. There are some other missing stickers, like the stickers that would go on the doors, which this does not have opening doors, but remember, right? I don't think the original car did anyways. And then there's another sticker here on the front with the bat symbol on it. There's a couple other small stickers. I don't even remember what they were used for. But yeah, we got the siren on top. I'm not sure what this little hook thing is supposed to be for. But we got some thrusters. There's thrusters in the back. And this is really cool. It does have an opening trunk. You can put some your extra batarangs in there, or his batarang if you don't want them holding on to it. Closes up nice and neat. Get these are not stickers, these are prints, which is really nice. The little things on the hubs. The car is very low right here, if you can tell. That piece there is primarily just for the display, that round piece on the bottom. Got the lights here, stud shooters here on the front. It's really nice. But those stud shooters can be removed. The bat there with the thruster, yeah, in the rear. Which is what these are for. First, we've got some extra ammo here. And then these can be used to replace the stud shooters on here in case you want it without stud shooters, just for the classic look. See if I can take it off real quick here. Yeah. Basically, you take this off, pop this off, you replace the stud shooter with this piece here, like so. And then you can slap that back on there like that. No, that can't be right. Yeah, it goes down in there further like that. So you can have a completely smooth look, or you can have the stud shooters exposed. That is up to you. There isn't a lot to talk about with this. It does roll nice and well on a smooth surface. Like I said, it is a bit of a low rider. I wouldn't take this out, play with it in the dirt, but I wouldn't do that with it. Like I said, anyways, they're meant to be a more clean surface. There are hinges here, so if you want to aim the foilers here, these are all on hinges, so you can change the slope of it. If I remember right, I think it's supposed to be out like that anyways. It gives it a nice, yeah, that looks better. That looks right. I knew there was something that just didn't quite look right. Two things that I forgot to mention. First, a quick PSA. If you put these on in place of these are really easy to get in. They are not easy to get out. So make sure if you're going to do it, you're going to keep it in there. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to take out. Now, another thing I wanted to say, which is kind of important to the review, is, okay, so you can basically put that middle circle right there, the hole there in the middle, onto here, and this basically becomes a museum piece. And basically, it sits there, but it's not secured tightly, so you can rotate it, which is actually kind of nice, because I don't know if you've seen car shows and stuff, but sometimes, at least what I've seen of some older ones, when they're showing off new cars or whatever, they actually have them on a rotating base. So you can rotate this around and see it at all different angles. I thought that was a pretty neat touch. First, my final thoughts before I give this a final evaluation score. Overall, I like the set. It's a nice set. Both it's got nostalgic appeal, but there's plenty of play here for those who may not even be familiar with the classic Batman show. It was a nice touch having you being able to remove the shooters so you could have just a display piece, and the shooters are not accurate to the show, but that was something that's added for play, which is great. I like that option of doing one or the other. That was very good of them to do. Adds more value to the set in the way of fun, which we'll get to that in a little bit. This is a very well thought out set, considering it's not just as a nostalgic set, you can have it for play as well. So, final evaluation. Appearance, it looks great. Looks very reminiscent of the classic one. They got all the right parts in pretty close proportions. Like, I don't have a picture of it. I should have maybe sat down and stared at a picture of it compared to this, but it looks very accurate. It was a very long vehicle, which is exactly what we got here. At least longish looking vehicle. Got the weird bubble window type things going on. It looks really good, and I gave that a 10. Appearance got a 10. Now, as far as the functions of this thing, does everything it needs to do. And even some things it doesn't need to do, like the shooters. They put the shooters on to give more fun activity to the thing. It has an open and shut trunk that you can use to store extra batarangs and stuff in. That was a nice touch that it didn't need to do. And then there's this rather simple design, but yet wasn't necessary either. You could have just had it on a solid platform instead of being able to rotate it. So, despite all that, I just feel like there could have been something else, or maybe something else. Though, I mean, it's a big enough car, something else could have been maybe added. I don't know. I gave it a 9. Now, moving on to the fun here, there's good balance of good guys versus bad guys, except for maybe we could have had another bad guy, although part of me wishes there was another Robin, or a Robin figure that came with this. But as far as actual play with just this set alone, it's a little bit unbalanced, but not terribly so. You got just the Joker, who's the bad guy, and you chase him down with the Batmobile. Now, the build was pretty straightforward, but it was kind of fun. Came together quickly, and it was interesting seeing how they design things to make things look like, the Batmobile, the classic one. I gave Fun a 9. Not a terrible set whatsoever. It's a good, fun set. It's a nostalgic set, but nostalgia isn't necessarily fun, and considering the age range for most Lego sets is not in the kids that were around in the in the 60s or 70s even. As far as techniques, yeah, this build is actually rather straightforward for this. There is some nice shaping to the vehicle. It's interesting how they did the headlights and some of the other things, but I feel like there's just nothing really amazing here. And I gave it a 9. Pretty simple score, but not terrible. Like I said, it's a fairly straightforward build, so there isn't too much amazing about it. So you take all that up, you get 30, should be at 37, so I do my math wrong, and you divide that by 4, you're going to get a 9.25. You round up to the nearest half, so this is getting a 9.5 for evaluation. Now, it's an older set, it's been discontinued, we're not going to give it a price grade, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. At the original price, it was $29.99, and it had over 300 pieces, 345 pieces. That came to 8 cents per piece. That is a really good deal, and surprisingly good considering it's a licensed set. It's even a nostalgic set, so you want to kind of aim it closer, more to adults. Although the price range definitely wasn't terrible. It's not quite like their Icons line. They have done a few of these smaller sets with plaques that are supposed to be special, like they did one for the Buzz Lightyear spaceship. But yeah, they don't do that too much, and they stick to, but these are nicer, having these like plaque sets, as I call them, that are supposed to be both playable and a little bit more on the collector side, rather than having a giant scale one this big with a plaque or whatever, which they still have that too. Not of this guy, but they do that. Their UCS line. So yeah, I would have probably given this a G. Yeah, definitely a G. But yeah, that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station. Let me know what you guys think about this set, and give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, give it a sub, and follow me by hitting that bell notification. But also check out my links down in the description to Facebook or Twitter. Either one's fine, unless you want to do both. But I send out messages as soon as I release a video, and sometimes it's faster than YouTube, although they have been better lately, a little bit. And there's also a Patreon link down there too, you can check out. There's not much there. It's a work in progress, but if you want to help the channel more directly, that's one way to do it. But anything you do is wonderful, and I really appreciate that when you do. And please comment. I want this to be a more discussion channel, so I want, bring out people's thoughts, talk about them, whatever. I mean, maybe you just don't have any thoughts here, but that's what that comment section is for. So I'm going to sign off here and remind you that creativity is key.